Hello, this is Albert, and today we are going to discuss a game I just played yesterday against an opponent that is pretty strong. And this opponent actually had a chance to checkmate me, but because of the pressure that I apply, this opponent cannot sort of think straight and do any counterattack. So I believe this is the principle of the best if defense is offense, and I would like to show you how this game actually went and how is it actually ended with a good end game. Have a look here. So I was playing as white against God's Child, and God's Child is actually a very good name. I mean, he's a child of God, but it resigned against me. So I'm not saying that I'm better than a God's Child, but let's just have a look here. So it started with e4, English opening 4-knight system, e4, e5, and then c4. And before we continue on, let's just have a look at the summary. Here I made more blunders than this person, but I made less mistake, and I made more inaccuracies, but I won because of the pressure I applied successfully to make the opponent cannot think straight. Knight goes to c6, protecting e5. Knight goes to f3, trying to attack e5. Knight goes to f6, trying to attack e4. Knight goes to c3, trying to protect e4. So this is the 4-knight system. Then there will be Nimzowicz variation or something like that. Bishop goes to e4, trying to pin the knight at c3 in case the pawn moves at b. Queen goes to c2, which is a fancy way to defend the knight and also trying to cover the diagonal, the white square diagonal, b1, c2, d3, e4, f5, g6, and h7, and it will sort of will put pressure to attack h7. Castling, which I like because the king is there already and it's ready to be attacked. Castling king side. b3, which is the idea of fianchettoing the dark square bishop of white, and then d6, probably try to move its bishop to g4 later on. Now bishop goes to b2, which is the continuation of the plan to fianchetto the dark square bishop. As planned, bishop goes to g4, and here I just castle king side, which actually is a mistake because of course the knight at f3 is pinned by the bishop and it cannot move in case anything happens, such as this. Sorry, it's not that. Okay, so I think the best move here could be knight goes to d4, and I simply cannot take using knight because there will be the pin, and because the knight is pinned. h6 here, I don't know, probably the idea is, I don't know what the idea is here, but it's just trying to move its pawn in front of a king, and I think it's actually weakened the defense of castled black king. H3, trying to kick the bishop from pinning the knight. And here knight goes to d4. I don't think it's actually an accurate move. I can just simply take using the knight there, and there will be an exchange of knight and bishop later on. But here I just move my queen to d3. So if I take here and bishop takes there, I can simply take like that. Takes like this. I simply take this one, and actually I have a better position. That didn't happen in the game. So bishop goes to takes f3, g takes f3, and there is an open g file ready for my rook to be placed there. c6. The idea is starting to prevent any knight movement. Knight at c3 cannot move now to either the d5 square or the b5 square to commence any attack. Knight goes to e2. Now it's actually good to have this because it's definitely attacking the and challenging the knight at d4, outposting there. So knight takes e2 check, bishop takes e2. The queen goes to a5. I'm not sure it's a strong move or not, but actually it's pretty strong if I play inaccurately. Here I just move my king to b1, protecting the a2 square. Rook at a goes to d8, which is a good move. It's trying to x-ray my queen, and I have to be careful there. Here I play a move that is pretty daring, I suppose, just opening up for attack. f4. I think it's a good move because it's offensive. If the pawn at e5 takes f4, I simply move my bishop to take the knight at f6, and there will be a problem for black to defend itself. Here black didn't take, so it's actually moving its rook from f to e8, which is, I believe, is a fantastic move. It's very strong, and it's hard to defend for white here. I don't want to have any piece exchange in the middle because it's dangerous, so I just simply move f5 here, and the idea is actually to attack the black's king side. d5. d5 is actually very good. It cannot be taken, I believe, by the pawn e4 because there will be knight takes, and it's dangerous. So after pawn exchange, maybe e takes d, and then c takes d, and then after that e takes d, c takes d, and then or there will be like a knight coming in, and it's dangerous. I don't like it. So instead of taking that, I just simply continue the attack to the king side, which is rook at h goes to g1. D takes e4. simply I put pressure, queen goes to g3, and here black has to defend, and the only defense is actually bishop goes to f8, which is very annoying probably. Here I simply move d4, which is an aggressive move, I suppose, trying to undermine any pawns in the middle. White here, sorry, black here, godschild, and use en passant. But I simply use my bishop to take d3, and I think it's very interesting because you don't really know um, what will happen here actually. So e4 and bishop at takes f6, and there is a pressure towards black's king. Rook takes d3, and here I actually make a blunder, which is rook takes d3 back. It is a blunder because if I do this, simply can take, and believe it or not, I have to take this one. If I don't take it, simply take this one, and it's a checkmate in 5. 1, 2, sorry, that's still 1. This is 2, and this is 3. This is 4, and that's it. This is 5. Luckily, sort of didn't happen like that. So after it takes there, I simply pressure by taking g7. Here black actually can checkmate me in 5, but then because of the pressure and the g file, it sort of miss the opportunity. Simply it wants to defend, so the next move is wrong, which is queen takes f5. After this happened, simply bishop takes f8. Still a blunder, because here queen g5. It's scared. Now simply I can just take the pawn there, and there will be nothing scary happen. There is just exchange of pieces. So queen takes g3, and it's check. King goes to h7, and my bishop simply cover the opportunity for black to do a counter check. And from here it's just the end game, and I'm basically winning by far. And it's just exchanging pieces. So f5 goes to c1, b6, goes to d2, and then rook goes to f8. Of course, I have to stop that pawn to march forward to do any fork. Bishop goes to f8, f4, rook goes to d8, rook takes d3, rook takes d2 back check, king goes to take d3, and simply I can control the game here. King g6, h4, king goes to h5, f3, king takes h4, king goes to d4, king to h3, king goes to e5, king goes to g2, exchange of pieces of f pawns, bishop goes to b8, a6, king goes to e5, king goes to e3, king goes to d6, b5, c takes b5, c takes b5, king goes to c5, king goes to d3, a4, king goes to c3, a takes b3, sorry, a takes b5, a5, b6, of course, because so if you are, in case you're wondering this here, what should I do here actually? So after c3, sorry, after a4, if it goes move forward, I just simply take. If it takes, simply take, and then like there's not many option for black here basically. If it takes here, simply take back, and it's easy to win this game because my king is already there. Anyway, what happened is a takes b5. If this happened, I simply move forward. So basically it's very easy. So what happened in the game is b6, king goes to b3, take, and then b7, promoting to queen, a4, of course too late. Bishop goes to e5, protecting the promoting square, a1, a3, of course, b8 queen, and here is a simple endgame because the king moves there. Actually, I can win easily by doing a check here, but it didn't happen in the game, so I just do a check there, a7, b3, and then playing hide and seek, b6, a2, queen goes to a5, and b3, of course, queen goes to b4, check. It's just, I'm just playing. King goes to a2, queen to d2 check, king goes to b1. Simply I can do this actually if I want. a1, a2. It's actually a checkmate like this. Didn't happen. I was just playing like moving around, but it's actually forced. Yeah, after this move the king has to go to a5, and actually it's already resigned here, so it can move here, and I simply take it. It's checkmate. So thank you for watching, and I hope it's useful for you. Probably the lesson that I just learned from this game is actually, if you put high enough pressure for your opponent to sort of be scared of, and your opponent is not really accurate in playing, it's sort of, the opponent can sort of forget to counterattack because of the pressure that you put. It's a good game, and I believe it's enjoyable. Thank you, Godschild, and God bless you. Okay, see you later.